Good morning to all of you beautiful people out there on Facebook and Zoom, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte. I am your host, Jerry. If this is your first time, we are delighted that you have chosen to join us today. With modern technology, we are extremely grateful for this opportunity to touch so many lives, especially through Zoom and Facebook, as we share those wonderful happenings at CSL Charlotte. So please feel free to visit our website, cslcharlotte.org. Put in a prayer request and subscribe. We add our recordings to our website each week. So let me tell you about us. The Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte is a new thought community living an ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. This science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes was a man on a mission. He studied truths from all of the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. Holmes developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into the world. At CSL Charlotte, every philosophy is honored along with every race, sexual orientation, and physical distinctions. This is a diverse community. There are many paths to the divine. We can call it God, peace, love, spirit, infinite mind, or the I am presence. It doesn't matter what you call it. That is your power that resonates within you. You do not have to leave your philosophical or your philosophy or nature of knowledge. You can join us anytime. We recognize and refer to many holy scriptures, such as the Bible, the Quran, Torah, just to name a few. So our vision statement is to continue a spiritual, I'm sorry, let me start that again. So our vision statement is to continue a spiritual community, creating and preparing a succession of future lecturers who can fully integrate, teach, and expose the science of mind principles, messages, and practices that strengthen the mind, body, and spirit of individuals. One of our aims is to create a high collective consciousness for everyone in this community. We teach everyone the tools to do just that. So come and join us as we meet each Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So welcome everyone and enjoy our service as we celebrate this powerful being which lives within each of us. So now I'll pass the mic over to our illustrious spiritual leader, Reverend Rose.
Well, thank you so much, Jerry, aka Groovy G. Well, everybody, I want to welcome you all. I mean, I know you're either on no, not Facebook. You're either on YouTube or you're here right now this day. If you're not here this day, when you're on YouTube, you'll be here this day. How about that? Okay, so thank you, Groovy, for that opening as I move us in to let everybody know who we are and what we are on top of what you said. We are CSL Charlotte, Center for Spiritual Living Charlotte, the Mind, Body, Spirit Center. And today we are all about the wonders of spiritual living. Now, the first thing we do when we open up our Sunday celebration is we use an affirmative prayer. And nothing does a prayer better than affirming instead of beseeching, and we affirm. So today on our platform, we have our prayer warrior here, Dr. Wanda. And you got to listen to her prayer and you got to think about whether she views the wonders of spiritual living. And if you want a prayer to learn more about the wonders of spiritual living, please take my suggestion and go to our website right now, cslcharlotte.org, and put in a prayer request in this moment. Because when you make that prayer request, Maureen Thurston, our esteemed spiritual practitioner. I have to slow down. Yay, she's waving. And she's the one that's going to send that email back out to you. So remember that. You want to know more about the wonders of spiritual living and read it every day by yourself, to yourself, from Mo, then you did the right thing. So here's the thing. You have to put in a prayer request to get Mo to send you that into your inbox, okay? So, okay, Dr. Wanda, with your beautiful self, please open up us with our beautiful service.
Good morning. I am so pleased to be here this morning to be able to pray you in because I think prayer has such power. And they say in the Bible, where two or more are gathered in my name, it is done. So, right here and right now, I want to have you take a deep breath, relax into this moment. All who are watching, all who are going to watch in the future, all who will be impacted by the energetic force of this service, the light that will be sent out into the world. And I keep my thoughts clear and I speak my word for myself. And as I speak them for myself, I speak them for each and every one of you. And I form a new concept of the divine right here, right now. I know that right here, right now in this world, there's an appearance of darkness. There's appearance of hate and fear. There's a lot of fear going on. Yet the truth is that anything can be changed in an instant, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. Ye can be transformed by the renewing of your mind, which comes from Romans in the Bible. And so, right here, right now, I know that we have the power to change the world. And that power comes with the knowledge, with the alignment and alivement with that which is the power that birthed us into existence. It is that power of from which we came that gives us all that we need. Maybe not all that we want, because sometimes this spirit is greater than we can ever imagine. And it gives us exactly what we need, because what we want may be detrimental to us. So it has a power, it has an essence, it has an all knowingness, it is infinitesimal, it is omnipotent, it is ever present, all present in each and every one of us, in all things. Everything is connected. And what we are seeing right here and right now in the world is an outpicturing of fear. And so it is up to us, because the darkness cannot exist in the light, and we are each the light on the hill. And so when we get together on Sundays or any type of gathering with like minds, what we are doing is spreading our light. We are spreading our light into the world. We are dispelling darkness. And so we are called upon right here and right now to share compassion, empathy, forgiveness, kindness, and in joining hands and in putting our hand out to each and every person that we see, knowing that we are the light, we are the way, we are that I am. We are not the thing itself, but we have the essence of itself. And we go deeply into that. We center each of ourselves in that, and that's how we collectively change the world. And so, right here and right now, what I do is I accept that there is only good. There is only good, and anything that appears otherwise is simply presenting itself for change. It is an opportunity for change. It is an opportunity to do things in a different way, because unless it's revealed, it cannot be healed. And there's a huge healing going on right here, right now in this world, in this community, in this city, in this country, in this world, in this universe. The entire universe is shifting. And so what we do is we stay centered. We stay centered. And part of that centering is the messages that we get, listening to the messages. And I know that Reverend Rosedale, when she speaks her word, is speaking not from just her mind. She is speaking from her heart. She is speaking from a higher place. She opens herself and prepares herself to be a conduit for spirit. Her passion for this work is unparalleled. And I, I totally feel that she is following her path, and each person here is following their path. And it's always being revealed, always changing. Nothing is ever stagnant. The universe is not stagnant. It is always moving and shifting and changing and bursting into something new. So something new is trying to be born right here and right now in this universe, in this world, in this country, in this city, in our hearts. And so right here, right now, I accept that as good, good, more good, pressed down and pouring over. There is no room for anything other than that. Right here, right now. And with that, I simply say, and let it be, and so it is.
And so it is. Boy, oh boy, Dr. Wanda, if you didn't call that power, who did? So, with that being said, next on our platform, we got our reader. And our reader is such a dazzling reader. This is our operations coordinator, Horace DeBush. And I know that he knows all about the wonders of spiritual living because he's reading today. So listen to Horace's reading today, and you'll have clarity on the wonders of spiritual living for yourself. And also, don't forget, after Horace's reading, make sure you listen to the song Life Changing Lyrics by Fearless Soul. So prepare yourself to appreciate the wonders of spiritual living through the voice of Horace the Bush. Horace, make it do what it do.
Thank you, Reverend Rosedale. And good morning and grand risings to all you beautiful, wonderful people in light. And I just have the honor of presenting our reading this morning, which is Living in Wonder by our own Reverend Rosedale. And so I want to invite you to take a slow, deep breath, be in this moment, be in alignment as Reverend Wanda just affirmed in her prayer, and just allow yourself right now to be in this moment and take a slow, deep breath with me right now. And if you care to, you can place your hands over your heart to feel that heart energy right now as we affirm this particular moment and this particular reading. Wonder is the gateway to the soul, the bridge between what we see and what we sense. It is the spark that ignites curiosity and deepens our connection with the spirit within us. So here's what I want you to know. Each and every breath is a miracle, okay? I want you to really hear that. Each breath is a miracle, a rhythm of existence that quietly sustains us. Each sunrise paints the sky with new possibilities, and each interaction we share is an opportunity to see spirit reflected back to us. Wonder is not reserved for fleeting moments. Okay, I really want you to hear that. Wonder is not reserved for fleeting moments. It is the steady pulse of a life lived with intention and joy. Because see, when we choose to live in wonder, we align with the infinite creativity. And that's what Reverend Wanda was just affirming. We are aligned. You're going to hear that word again. We align with the infinite creativity of the universe. We shift from asking, why me, to what's next. We stop looking for what is missing and start seeing what is already there. Wonder softens our resistance, opens our hearts, and gives us the courage to trust in a deeper truth, that life is always unfolding for our highest good. I want you to really hear that. Life is always, always, always unfolding for our highest good. To live in wonder is to step into the sacred dance of life. It's where logic meets mystery, where problems become puzzles, and where we find the courage to dream again. In wonder, we discover that the ordinary holds the seeds of our extraordinary, and the mundane is transformed into the miraculous. So today, you are invited to embrace wonder as your companion, okay? You can embrace this wonder as your companion, as your friend. Let it lift your spirit, clear your vision, and guide your steps toward a life that feels not only fulfilling, but divinely inspired. When you are open to that, you're using your sense of wonder to guide you today and always. So I want to leave you with this awesome quote from our very own Reverend Rosedale. Wonder is the language of the soul. Okay, I want you to hear that again. Wonder is the language of the soul, a quiet whisper from spirit, reminding us that life is not something to figure out, but something to marvel at. And again, that's from our Reverend Rosedale Jones, and so it is.
I am a warrior. So we'll start with a short centering. And you can relax your eyes by closing them or putting them down in your lap, whichever works for you, and breathe in really deeply. And when you breathe in really deeply and release that breath, let your body relax and let all the words and all of the parts of this service just melt right on in. Because we're going to take that real actually minute to do this. And I wonder, did you ever wonder what a warrior is? Because what I know about a warrior, it is a person who finds herself or himself riding high one day, and then the next day, they're down in the valley. But then I know that there's good news, because when they are at that point, that at some point they come out of that valley, because they understand one thing, that a true warrior takes life any way it comes. So when we get back up onto that mountaintop, we get to celebrate again. So as warriors, we have our ups and our downs. But one thing about warriors, they still know that life never stops. So that's the real warrior. Somebody who has their issues up and down, left and right, all over the place, but at the same time, they know that they are stronger than their past, and they are stronger than yesterday. And that's what makes it so much better, because it is a strength that we all possess, to have the ability to tell that we are stronger than our past and stronger than yesterday. That's the powerful thing. Once you get that, because that's a big example. And here's another one. They know that spiritual practices are the key to life. Multiple spiritual practices, not is, are. Okay? So deepen your practice and get yourself up from the valley and back to the mountaintop every single day, because every single day you're going to find yourself in the valley. But don't stay there all day. Okay? I'm just saying. So it's your choice to actually wonder, how that's done. And once you do that, I have one simple question for you. Is it time for you to indulge in the wonders of spiritual living? Now, you know, I always tell you it's your choice whether you incorporate spiritual practices to do that or not. But you want to start observing the wonders of spiritual life for yourself, to also to be able to talk about it, right? Or to say knock, to nix it, or to use it. So wiggle your fingers and your toes, and when you do that, integrate your mind, your body, and your spirit back together. And as you float your eyes open around your area, find something in your space and connect yourself back to the present moment. Allow something to do that for you, while I take a gratitude moment. And I thank Groovy for opening us up with that fabulous mistress of ceremony thing that she does for us. And also thank you, Dr. Wanda, for that incredible opening prayer. And thank you, Horace, for reading what I wrote, Living in Wonder. See, it truly points the way to the wonders of spiritual living. Now, you know what I say about all of this. Spiritual living is not just something you do when you're meditating, or when you're praying, or when you're showing up for our Sunday celebrations. It's a way of life, living in spiritual wonder, right? It's a way of life. It's a mindset. It happens every moment of the day, especially when we're paying attention to ourselves. When you pay attention, you know you are living the wonders of spiritual freedom. Okay? So for me, Part of this spiritual community for me is a big miracle for me to be here, because I know that before I started, this is what I wanted. Miracles happen when you wonder. I wonder how that would happen. And I wondered, did you notice Horace reading when he said about miracles? I love miracles. Each breath is a miracle. He had to stop and pause right there. He said each and every breath is a miracle, right? It's a rhythm. It's the existence. It's that thing that's so quiet, but it sustains us. How? How? Have you ever wondered how something so quiet and minute could sustain us? That's called homeostasis. This body can heal anytime it wants. It does. It knows what it's doing. It's a miracle that I get to practice spiritual living, not just occasionally, but at least 10 times a day on most days. See, miracles, what they do is they make my life flow. And when I'm flowing, even when things are going great already, oh my God, life is good, right? But at least I say so. You can say whatever you want, but hey, it's good. See, here's the deal. The more I enjoy spiritual living, the wonders of spiritual living, the happier I get. And my favorite mantra says, the better it gets, the better it gets. How much better could that get, right? See, spiritual living, spiritual living and spiritual wonder is something that I used to wonder about. I used to wonder, is life, I'm telling you, when things was not going so great, I used to wonder, is life ever going to feel good? I really wondered. Well, guess what? That wondering back then got me here. Come on, guys. Wonder. It helps us to be miracles. It helps us to believe in miracles. Okay? Wonder is so extraordinary that it actually carries imagination. Didn't I tell you that Horace's reading was going to really push through this talk? Did you know that wonder is how miracles even come about, how they even manifested? Then again, just as a matter of fact, I wonder if you are willing to wonder, to focus on things that you don't expect to happen, but they happen. I wonder if you're willing to focus on miracles and watch them happen. Here's what I learned over life. See, when I focus on my spiritual practices, what I end up doing is my life starts to flow, like I said, but all of a sudden, all those manifestations turn out to be miracles, because who knew that the things I was saying over and over and over and over and over and over, you get me, over and over and over and over and over. See, you think it's a one and done. Oh, all I got to do is one day say, this is how it's going. And then I look 10 years later. Well, that never happened. Well, if you only did one day, if you only took one vitamin C, if you only took one aspirin when you had this fever, baby, you need tea for that fever too. Because I'm telling you something, you got to have practice, but you got to get out and do the action. I know it might seem like, oh, well, I said this, I'm doing these affirmations, oh, I'm doing them. But I wonder if you're actually noticing that it's not a one and done. Okay? I wonder how I'm going to get it if I don't imagine it. You have to use all of these little things to get life to run the way you want it. It's not a one and done, ever. See, and it also gives you so many more options. I believe that's something that Dr. Wanda even said. I'm telling you, before we even got here, the prayer led to the reading, led to the talk. My options show up. Especially when I wonder in spiritual practices. When I'm saying, oh, I wonder, all these options start popping up. And you know what? What some people may call miracles, I call it my reality. I clearly know, and wait, how about, I don't just clearly know, I am clear. I am clear that there is wonder in every single day. When I looked out my window this morning, because yesterday, okay, I'm going out of this context just a teeny bit. January 25th was the lineup of all the planets. New planets are forming, but oh my God, they are really connected with us, our behaviors and the things we're doing. Dr. Wanda said in her prayer that things are changing. We are moving. This, it is true. And I looked out that window and I saw how beautiful it was. After yesterday, the residue of beauty that thing left in the sky for me to see this morning. As I'm up at 4 a.m., like a lot of people aren't. But what it was beautiful. So, like I said, I am clear that there's wonder in every single day. It's just waiting for me to notice it, just like this morning. That's why I keep my blinds open, because I like to see what's happening in the world, not the people, what they're doing. No, no, no. That's going to pass. There's no reason to get depressed about people. Just find the beauty and the wonder and all of that we see out there. See, also, Horace read how wonder is not reserved for fleeting thoughts or fleeting moments. It's a steady pulse of life, and it's lived with what? Intention and joy. You have to have a focus and intention, and you have to go get after it. Oh yeah, you can say those words. Oh yeah, you can sit there and meditate. Oh yeah, you can pray all you want to. But that action has to speak way louder than your beautiful words that you're. Do you know that when you say the word what if, you are in wonder? Yeah. See, what I do is I let that power within me wonder, which is my spirit. So I let it wonder. Wow, she said she wanted to do that. I wonder if she's willing to do the job. I wonder if she's willing to do what it takes for us to match up and give this thing to you. I wonder if I told you that, well, I need 5 more new clients in my business here, the personal training and all the things that I do. If I didn't ask people to come up here to come and see our community, if I didn't ask people to join my website, if I didn't ask people, if I didn't get their, hey, I can pray all I want. You get it? Now, that's how I let the power in me wonder. I'm going to ask you. I wonder if this person is going to be cordial when I ask them this question. I don't care if they do or not, because I don't need to see them anymore. But I know if I ask enough, it's happening. So in those lasting moments that my day where I'm wondering happens, a lot of manifestation comes down the pipeline, and they show me my greater reality, the power that I have in me. See, I'm a person who routinely trains my mind. I'm not going to do it today and then wait till, oh, shoot. No, that's the first thing I'm going to do is do the training. And then after I do the training, I'm going to do the things that the options that the mind tells me. It says, you know what, get up today, because today you're not going to lay in this bed. Today you're going to go do it. Okay, I'm going to go do it. Because there is no point of us saying, well, I do the practice, because if you're doing the practice, show me a person that's best manifesting, and I'll show you somebody who's talking the talk and walking the walk that's doing the practice. Now show me a failure, and I'll show you a person that's actually saying they're doing the practice or doing the practices, but they're not walking the walk and listening to the options and following up. Follow up is everything. Not to just judge anyone, just so you can see there's a difference between all of us. You're going to say you're doing it, which is nice to do the work, but hey, you get it better. See, because this is the thing. I am so grateful that I have such great communication between me and that power within me, that I listen and as I wonder. And that after I finish wondering, man, I don't know if it's even an hour later before I got an idea. But when that idea comes and I go, not now because I got to cook. All right, no, not right now. It's lunchtime. No, do it while you're having your lunch. That's when you know the rubber meets the road. We got to use that spirit within and let it lure us to wonder. Once it lures us into wonder, then we got to do what it is telling us. And it's telling us 24/7. That communication, I'm telling you, I'm so grateful for that communication that's within me. I'm telling you, I love it. Because not only does it do that, it is our entire healing experience. That little communication in here, wherever. All the cells, they never forget. Cells have memories. When you sat there an hour ago and did that, later something's going to pop into your memory. You better speak to that person in that store because that's why they're in your face. Because you said, oh, I'm going to have this great business. And the people come to you all day and every day, and you just let them walk by because you're, okay, then you keep doing that. Because listen, here's what Horace also read. This is what wonder does. Wonder softens our resistance. So when you get there and you start talking about, hey, no, that's resisting. You know that you got to get that phone number. Or you know you got to give your phone number to somebody. Because how are they going to know you're in business? How do they know you're a businesswoman? Rosedale, how are they going to know you if you don't talk? I talk to everybody. In the store, Walmart, as Kevin teased this morning, Walmart, well, whatever. Well, all the places that I'm going to go to, I'm always happy. And you know what? If you know anybody that you can walk around with and you always say, it's impossible for somebody to be that happy all the time. There's something wrong with you. It is not impossible for somebody to be that happy all the time. All you got to do is know, I'm going to have my crappy days, but guess what I'm going to do? Work through them. Because it takes courage to trust that power within you. And if you don't have that courage, woe be unto you. Because you got to let life unfold once you start wondering. You got to let it unfold to you. And I love the way Groovy was talking about the science of mind, philosophical. Then she corrected it and said philosophy. I messed that word up 24/7. I was getting ready to mess it up because I thought about something. But in our SOM or science of mind philosophy, that's what I was getting ready to try to say before I could feel it. My tongue was getting ready to get tired. But we have this thing called the Declaration of Principles. And what it is, it's just all about our beliefs. That's exactly what Science of Mind has. So here is one of our principles. It is, we believe that heaven is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. We cannot become conscious of it if we don't wonder. Many people believe that heaven is a distant place, some far off somewhere, that there's some white man up in the sky, and he's doling out gifts if you're good, and giving you bad times if you're bad. Crap. Not happening. And then here's another thing. You don't have to die to experience it. Oh, you'll understand it better by and by. They tell you, get on your knees in this life, but then after that, your glory is going to be once you die. What? Come on. Wonder. Let me tell you, wonder has the power to heal that perspective of thinking that, oh yeah, well, if I die, I'm going to get, well, I'll wait till, yeah, well, okay, bye. Because I don't think so. I'm going to enjoy my heaven today, right here. Because all I had to do when I used to believe that stuff, when I used to be in that Christian world, all I had to know that I had that shift in belief. Now, if you want to keep on saying, well, that's because they taught us this and they taught us that, well, then you better do that small little shift to stop. To stop. Let me stop being silly. But no, I'm not, because that's me. You know what? As you allow yourself to wonder, as I allow myself to wonder, guess what happened? My mind transforms. My consciousness moves and it expands to a higher state because I decided that I'm going to embrace the fact that I'm in heaven now. And if I feel like I'm in hell, I would say, all right, let's get the hell up out of here. I'm serious. We got to get out of here. Okay? Because people think so-and-so's going to hell because they think Trump's going to hell because no, he got his own heaven, baby. And you better find yours. Okay? And I'm not going to use him as an excuse, as an example, because I could care less what everybody says. But let me just tell you this. Wonder, spirituality is something we live. Not so much as Christianity or certain religions or whatever. I call it religions. Rely on what other people tell you. That's what religion is. But I'm not going to go there and say it in a judgmental way, but it's the way for me to understand that I've got to get life better. So listen to this. Let's no longer get twisted anymore about heaven or hell, because we already know we create it now. Now you can create hell and you can create heaven. What's your choice? See, the idea now of somebody going to hell, just notice, the idea of somebody literally going to hell is as realistic as me selling ice to an Eskimo for their house. Heaven and hell are not places. Guess what they are? They're states of mind. They're states of consciousness. You're either on the love side of your consciousness or you're on the fear side of your consciousness. If you're looking at life with frustration, anger, and fear, you're living on the fear side. If you shift your perception after realizing that, oh, wait a minute, I was fearful all that time. If you shifted, you begin to come and you'll get your harmony. Harmony becomes up and things start to change, and now you're on the love side. But transformation must happen. See, spirit is all love. So you can tell me anything you want. The spirit's all love. So let's focus on the joy of the now and just let all those people keep the little dramatics about heaven in the afterlife, and there's debates. Leave that stuff to those storytellers that like to tell people those things and have them under control. See, in other words, what we're going to do is we're going to experience heaven and we're going to keep wondering, because that's how we want to know, that's how we want to wonder, and that's how we want to live, because it's within you, waiting to be discovered. I love that, because that was my example when I happened to look up out my window. Wow, what a beautiful sky. It was up there just moving, waiting for me to look up at it. The more you wonder, the more you'll know that heaven isn't somewhere out there. Now, we arrive at our consciousness only to the degree that we know three things. We know what we're looking for, what we're looking with, and what we're looking at. So when we're thinking about what you're looking for, you're talking about, what is my desire, right? When you think about what you're looking with, you're talking about, I'm seeing the world through a vision, through a filter of using my perspectives like spiritual practices. That's how I see the world, through that. That's my thing. That's how I interpret the world. Okay, then you got your beliefs, right? And your beliefs, your past experiences, I think that was something Dr. Wanda mentioned again too. It's like she and I had a conversation last night and we did not. It just so happens that way. And then what you're looking at is the actual object of your attention. Like the object of my attention was that beautiful sun. Of not even the sun rising. It wasn't a sunrise. It was just showing me how the planetary alignment. And then I said, oh, wait a minute. Today's the 26th. Last night they had. Okay, I'm always thinking about these planetary shifts because they mean so much for our mind. So when what we're looking for, what we're looking with, and what we're looking at are in harmony, then we arrive at a higher consciousness. So don't wait for the afterlife to determine whether or not you're going to heaven or hell, because you're here. Just increase your sense of wonder and your sense of humor. It's important. See, in this how we also do, we have to indulge in more spiritual practices. So you'll notice all this beauty in life. You'll notice a stranger smiling at you. You'll notice when a person is saying something great to you. You'll see it in a baby's eyes. Living in wonder helps you trust that there's more than just what you see. Plus, it helps you grow spiritually and transform. So just know that there's nothing out there but your imagination. So here's the thing. As you view life with wonder and curiosity, you create powerful effect within yourself. Now, your energy changes all the time, 24/7, and so does the energy around you. Remember, when you're in wonder, you are curious. And when you are curious, oh baby, you're open. Your options, remember Dr. Wanda mentioned this somehow, and then you start to become expecting good because you are tuning in to this energy force or this energy field of a whole bunch of miracles. Look for the miracles, everybody. Look for them because there's so many of them. Don't let the distractions of everybody telling you about what's going on in the White House. Please don't do that because I'm not going to do it. And if you're going to be doing that, bye-bye. I have no time for them because that's a distraction away from my wonder, away from that spirit that lives through me as me and has its being in me. There are too many benefits in this world for me to see that not living in wonder is not gonna work. Because let me tell you something, wonder is the best place to be because it's the wonders of spiritual living. So just remember that today and the rest of this week as I close. When it comes to wonder, we must know that imagination is where our power lies. Did you hear me? Imagination, I like when Horace does that. When you think about it, when it comes to wonder, imagination, I talk about this 24/7 with you guys. Every time I talk about it, I say we got to use that imagination because that's where the wonder is. And if you don't use that imagination, then woe be it. But sometimes we've got to allow ourselves to let that mind go on these trips with these metaphors, with these ideas of things that are not of what you call logic. Spirit is not logic. There's nothing logical about spirit. It's miraculous. So you know how they say, "Oh, I fly like an eagle, 'cause till I'm free." That's a song. That's metaphorical. How about flow like water, bend like water? Yeah, that's metaphorical, but it sure lets me know to be calm. You see, these are metaphors to calm me down. And also, strong as a tree. Okay, listen, let that mind use that imagination so you can be that love, so you can be that power, so you can be all that money that you're manifesting in your life. See, musical lyrics have a thing about that for us, and what they do is they get us to let go with the flow. Music gets us to relax, and it also gets us to allow ourselves to be carried. Guess what? Listen to me. Music allows us to be carried by the spirit within us, moving through and as us, and having its being in us. Well, at least I think so. For me, music is the thing. So take a deep breath and open your heart right now and get ready for this big flight we're about to take together. It's Fly. And we're about to fly with Eddie Watkins Jr. Get ready for the movie. The movie? Okay. Get ready for the song I Fly. Get ready. Well, basically, he's saying when he flies, he feels spirit holding him. I think that comes from your spiritual practices. If you're actually flying, because I'm telling you, isn't that a powerful thing? If you can remember the metaphor, I fly, it reminds me of that wonder that begins with my imagination. And so let go of resistance and just start to trust. Remember, heaven is a state of consciousness or a state of mind. And see, here's the deal. Health is heaven. Prosperity is heaven. Spiritual living is heaven. It all comes down to one little simple thought. Will you choose fear or will you choose wonder? That's what it's all about. You know what time it is now. It is time to talk about the most important day of our lives. That's the day we came to be. Now, if that ain't the most important day of your life, you need a checkup from the neck up, because when we honor that day we came to be, we are listening and we are noticing that our ancestors, they prayed up something, honey, to get us here. And many of them, I remember my mother even telling me one time that at one time she didn't think she could have any children, and she kept praying for her children. What is that telling me? That we're not just here, we're a miracle. What's the day you came to be? Tell us. I came here, what's today's date? January 26th. This, just put those two dates in, the month and the day, in the chat, in the comments here on YouTube, wherever you like. If you're watching us from YouTube, give us that day and that month, and you got it. We will definitely be sponsoring you on your day. So, with that also being said, it's time to move on now. I'm asking you and requesting your day and your month. Okay, Mo said 222. Okay. All righty. So it's a big old shout outs here. Time to go on here with the big shout outs. And this morning on our platform, I got to give great thanks to our mistress of ceremony, Groovy G. And she was the first one to get us together today. She was the one who opened us up and brought us in. So that being said, she, remember what I call her? She's our spiritual harmony steward, okay? And that's what keeps things quiet in the background. So I have so much gratitude for her. And then for the opening prayer, I want to thank you, Dr. Wanda, as always, for bringing us open on our platform, and for making sure that we move through, and you got my cells all going on with the prayers, both of them so far. You got the third one to come, but you're always good at that. And thank you, Horace, for being our operations coordinator and for reading Living in Wonder, because I'm telling you, you rock that reading into the talk. All right. And then thanks, Alan, my right hand man, for doing the music, the announcements, and the AV. And he's running around like everything is going on his side, right? And I got to thank Maureen Thurston, ahead of time for all the wonderful prayers that she's going to be sending out. But you got to send them out. Go to the website right now. Go to our website, do that, make a donation, do whatever you want there. That's our website. That's how you can contact us, and subscribe. And that also, I want to talk about, well, Melissa's probably gone, but I also want to say thank you to Melissa, because Melissa, she was our spotlighter girl. So it's all right. So remember this, because it's almost time for us to close out. Today was all about the wonders of spiritual living. And when you are ready to experience the wonders of spiritual living, then you're going to experience that life within you. And when you experience that life within you, you are going to be in for some miracles that you're just going to be so excited about. All we need is to use our imagination for the wonders of spiritual living. And then spiritual practices, got to remember, are essential. So it's time to embrace that vision, that unity, and all that stuff. And all that stuff so beautifully done. So the last thing I want you to do is use your imagination. Remember I said that? I want you to imagine peace. I want you to imagine a beautiful world, because I want you to, this song here is so powerful and so classic. I want you to get with it. This song is Imagine by John Lennon. Oh my God, John Lennon. I love to see his face. He's got a really authentic face. But you know who else I just saw on that was Idris Elba. That's another one of my newest people that I like a lot. I don't know how new he is, but anyway, listen. It's time for the prayer out. Haha. So Dr. Wanda is going to pray us out. Right on. Ready, Dr. Wanda? We're ready.
I'm ready. I'm really ready now. Thank you for that today. You know, It's so funny. As Reverend Rosedale was speaking at the end of the service, she was speaking the words that were going through my mind already. And that's that connection, that oneness, and this beautiful song of the world will be as one. The world is one. Good, bad, or indifferent, whatever the appearance is, the world is one. There is nothing but that connection of one. So, right here, right now, I know that there is a love, that the world is love. The world was birthed from love. The universe only knows love. There is no such thing as good, bad, and different in the universal presence. The universe is wise. It's beyond anything we can ever imagine. And each one of us is a light being. Love is the self-givingness of the spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of its creation. We are that creation. Each and every one of us is that creation. We come from the ocean of love. I have a favorite writer, Teilhard de Chardin, who wrote The Little Prince. And he said, someday, after we have mastered the winds, the waves, the tides, and gravity, we shall harness the energies of love. This, for the second time in history, and this, for the second time in history, we will have discovered fire, true fire. And so we need to ignite the world with the fire and the power of love and light. And I know right here and right now that that is all there is. That is all I have room for in my reality, in my universe, in my world, because I am so centered in the law and light of universal presence. And what we need to know is that each and every one of us, through every word, every action, every expression, every thought, change the world. We either make it lighter or we join the darkness. It is our task right here and right now to change this world. The world is shifting. The gravitational pulls are shifting in the planet. The universe, planets are aligning differently. There is a huge change coming. That change is the enlightenment, the spiritual enlightenment that we have been striving for since the beginning of time. So right here, right now, what I know, and I ask each and every one of you to accept, is that everything you do, everything you say, everything you purchase is done out of love. Where we place our money creates whatever it is that empowers others or not. So I accept right here and right now that love is all there is. I seat myself in love. I bathe myself in love and light. And I see each one of your lights shining brightly on this planet. There's no person, place, thing, organization, institution, situation, or circumstance is greater than the power of the universal love and one presence that we call God, Allah, or whatever that is to you. And that Jesus, that great prophet that came to the world, had that Christ consciousness that we all are born into. We are the sons and daughters of the one power and source. And he was the one who fully embraced that. So I bless you and I ask you to fully embrace that today. You are the sons and daughters of the universal one presence that we know as God, Allah, Yahweh, Wakatonkan, whatever it is you call it, it is one. We are one. And with that, I simply say, and so it is, and so it shall be.
And I'm accepting it to be just as it was, the way you said it. Thank you, Dr. Wanda. What a beautiful prayer. Okay. So now, as we wrap up our time together with the wonders of spiritual living, this week I want you to think about it. What? What if? Remember, when you say what if, you're wondering, sit with your imagination this week. Feel yourself walking on a journey and call it, if you want to, the wonders of spiritual living, the journey. Give it a title. Remember, the universe is always supporting you on your journey. So until we meet again, start practicing and feeling and living in joy and living in the wonders of spiritual living. And that way, I will see you guys next time around. Take care.